organized here. So what I'm going to do to start, you guys, is I'm going to, there we go. I'm going to play the song, but knowing that like I've got that second page that I need to do, just you know, be patient with me while I get that second page up. I'll do that after the lesson's done, but everything that will have been established on the first page will carry on for the second page. So I'll just, like I say, I'll play the whole shebang so you guys can hear it all. And just want to make sure I'm lined up so you guys can see my hands okay. Oh yeah, that's a pretty good position. Okay, I'm going to look all deadly serious now. So, there you go. Alright, and something's going on with my camera. I think it's my camera, it keeps freezing. So if that happens, it might be a very glitchy kind of lesson today. We'll find out. Okay, so this whole thing, it's all about the full plant. Except for very... I don't know if there's no part in the song, I don't think, that strays from that, so it's a nice study for this. Pardon me. Okay, so that's the first section, and then so there's a little bit of barring in there, hey? Not a whole bunch though. Okay, some odd chord shapes, but they sound cool. And now here's what I haven't written out. Now it's going to start building up here. Oh, pardon me. So there's some parts where I should have laid down my whole bar chord, like right at the end there. You'll see where I came in, and I went like this, and I had to hop to it. You'll find that the bar before, if you actually lay down your bar chord in anticipation of that movement, so you've got this. Just lay down the whole bar chord. Don't worry about applying pressure till you need it though. So part of this exercise, like the big thing with this study, okay, it sounds pretty and I really like playing it. And it's going to work these fingers, as well as get you to hop back and forth between the E minor and B or B7 chord shapes. primarily, and then it cuts loose at the end, but everything that we do at the beginning of it will establish everything that you need, so then I'll be able to put up that second sheet and you guys will just be able to play it. What I'll do too is I'll follow up with a video. I'll just put a video of me playing the whole thing on my YouTube channel. But first, I'm going to have a sip of coffee. Oh, that's very cold coffee. I'm just going to pour myself some hot coffee out of my thermos. There we go. Step one with this is going to be just going back and forth between some chord shapes, practicing some full plants just to get our fingers warmed up, and that might be all we do for a warm-up today. Okay. So let's go through some of the chord shapes that you're going to have, and then I'll talk about how I've presented the material and whatnot after this. So E minor, typically in this song, and it's working okay for low 4 and high 4 tuning. I know that I'm playing a low 4, but I played it with the high G tuning and it still sounded okay. So whichever ukulele you have will be fine. Okay. The E minor is going to be the full-on one, right, where you've got the fourth string covered as well. I know often when people do an E minor, they do it like that. But for this song, written by Fernando Sor, he's wanting this the full shebang, okay? So just be aware of that. What's going on here? There we go. I'm having some technological issues right now. There. Okay, now I'm all good. Okay, so let's hit that E minor. 2, 3, 4, 4. Just give it a strum. And then what I want you to do is keep that ring finger down and go to your B7 chord. You're going to wind up pivoting back and forth between those two chords quite a bit at the beginning. So from B7, I'm going to drop my baby finger down and move those two guys. So the whole thing here is to try to anchor that ring finger. So E minor, and let's go back to B7, keeping that ring finger down, and I'm touching it because you might have to touch it too in order to make that change and keep that finger down. Okay, let's do it again. E minor, baby finger down, these two bunny hop down. Pivoting like that used to be such a hard thing for me to do. Okay, back to B7. Yeah, I think you guys have got it going okay there. There are points in the song where you have to drop down and bar on your B. Just remember the checklist about doing something like that. So here I am on my B7. When I go to my B, I'm bringing in my elbow. I'm pivoting my hand a little bit, so the palm of my hand is a little closer to the neck. I'm using just the first digit of my finger. I'm avoiding that finger crease to bar the first string. And I'm also, something I'm not doing, which was hard for me to do, is to not grab it like you're gonna kill it, you know? You just put your hand down there. Tricky, right? Worth the work, but the elbow, tucking in the elbow helps. Supporting the ukulele with your arm helps too. Yeah, I think those are the two tricky chords. The only weird one that we have on this first page is at the bottom, and it's an E7 with no root. Okay, look at that. So I've got my ring finger on fret 4, string 4, baby finger on fret 4, string 2, okay, and I've got my pointer finger back here on string 3, fret 2. And I'm not doing anything with my middle finger except obstructing your view with it. So again, 4 and 4, and then pointer finger there. And I'm just plucking these 3 strings here. If you say to yourself, what the heck sort of chord is that? I've never played anything like that before. Yeah, you have. If you play your D7 with those two fingers. Okay. Then you shift them up 2 frets. And put your pointer finger down there. Sometimes these weird looking shapes, it's you think you haven't played them before, but you have, just in a different position. All right, so we've talked about chords, and I'll share the screen with you soon enough, right? But I just want to make sure that we've talked about these chords. Now, what I'm going to do is do just some full plant picking. Okay, so get your hand lined up there, and we won't make any chords. We'll just use all the open strings, which I know is a chord, but you know. All right, here we go. So we've got your thumb and fingers all lined up. Let's just do 4, 3, 2, 1 a few times. And we're going to start mixing it up. And I'm just going to call out a different number pattern. Okay. Now it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll just descend it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 3. 2, 3, 4, 3. 2, 3, 4, 3. Okay, good. I'm just grabbing patterns out of this. 1, 2, 3, 2. Something that you're going to wind up doing with this song, once you're comfortable with all the finger picking, is you're going to start to emphasize certain notes. Typically, when you take a look at it, actually I'll just start sharing the screen, I think. When you play this song, the typical thing to do with it is to, sorry, I'm just trying to line everything up here. There we go. Okay. Okay, now can you guys see my my screen there with the all the chords on it? Yeah, okay, cool, thanks. I haven't fixed up that problem with my second monitor yet, so I'm like, oh. All right, so taking a look just at the very top, I'm just going to try to scroll in here so it's just, oh my gosh. There we go, okay. So just those first 3 chords. So the song is in 3/4 time. And what I've done next to, let's take a look at that first E minor. I've got the chord chart sitting there, and I know that a lot of people at this point do know their E minors and B7s, but I just wanted to make sure it was really clear. Next to that E minor, I've written the word pick, and below that, I've got 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3. The song's in 3/4 time, so if you were going to count that, it's all 8th notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and. The song just moves through primarily with 8th notes, except for just a very, very small points where, like at the end of line 4, we've got an E minor and that 3rd note, the 3 at the end rings out. But that's it. It's very, very minor. I see that I cut off 1 note there, so you guys are going to have to make a few notes as we go, and I'll try to adjust that and put it up on the website. But let's do the E minor, okay? And we'll just go through it nice and slow. So we'll make that first chord, okay? Make that full on E minor, and get the full plant happening with your hand. You don't have to keep your fingertips glued onto the strings, but have them hovering, you know? We're going to pick 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3. Here we go. 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3. And the next one's 1, 2, 4, 2, 1, 2. So get your fingers thinking about that. 1, 2, 4, 2, as you get confident with it, this is where you want to bring out, if you're taking a look at that whole row of numbers, the first one, okay, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the fifth one. You're going to play loud, quiet. Oh, sorry, I'm picking the wrong string. I'll do that again. Loud, 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 loud. That's how you're going to level it up. But we won't worry about that right now. We'll just get all the picking going here. Okay, the next chord, B7. If you look at the chord chart, I've got a bracket around the dot on the third string. I did that because you can lay your finger down, but you don't actually need it there. But sometimes it's easier just to lay it down, right? Okay, so let's do the picking for that. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 4, 2, 1, 2. Let's keep going. Pivot to E minor, keeping that ring finger down. Okay, here we go. 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3. Next line, back to B7, still pivoting and picking. 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3. Now the E minor on that second line. You can lay your finger on the first string if you want to. Don't need to. Here we go. 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3. Now what I did is I wrote just a little bit of tab because I didn't want to worry about a chord chart there. So this is just like reading your regular tab. So you've got your strings open. So strings 1, 2, 3 are open. Back to the second string. And now we're going to play first fret on string 1. Okay, so let's do that one more time, okay? Just on the tab. Ready, go. All the opens. Now first fret on that first string. And you're going to have to glide your finger up to that second fret and then shift over into a little bar there for that B. So it's a bit of a technique challenge. I'll show you how I do it after we've run through this. So B, bar chord, here we go. Picking the strings 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 3. 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 3. Next line, we're on the third line now. Pivot over to the E minor. Let's keep picking. 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3. Now we're on the second row that goes with that E minor. So 1, 2, 4, 2, 1, 2. B7, ready? 1, 2, 4, 2, 1, 2. You're going to shift your fingers from that B7 shape up one fret, and it's going to make that C chord shape. We're just not going to play the first string. Okay, here we go. 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3. Gliding down to your D7. I am missing a number at the end of that. That's the one where you're going to want to make a note of it right now. I don't know why I cut that off, but it's 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2. Just a little 2 back at the end there, okay? Here we go on the D7. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, E minor. Now what I did, you guys, just so you know, I had my third finger, let's back it up to that C chord shape. I had my ring finger on the fourth string, and I slid my ring finger all the way down to there for the D7. So I could just keep the string under my finger the whole time. And then that allowed me to shift my finger back up for the next E minor chord. So just keeping that ring finger pretty well glued on that fourth string. Okay, here we go with E minor on line 4 here. Ready, go. 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3. Pivot to B7. 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3. Back to E minor, pivoting again. 3, 2, 4, 3, 3. Okay. Now before we go on to the next section, I just want to check in with you guys about a few techniques there. I'll stop sharing and I'll just show you my little fingies while I'm playing. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick on line 3. Okay, and what I want you to notice is this ring finger just shifting up and down. Okay. Go on E minor. Just shifts up. See how I'm just keeping it down there? I'm not applying a lot of heavy duty pressure on it though. I'm just using it. It's my guide from one chord shape to another. The challenge with that is to try to not go, okay, I'm making my B7. Gotta find my C now. You know, when lifting your fingers off the frets all the time? Try to keep that ring finger as your guide, gliding back and forth from chord to chord. All right, now, I must have a sip of coffee before this cup also gets cold, and then we'll do the next chunk. Get myself all serious here. Holy moly, I sound serious doing this song. I have to say, I wasn't anticipating sounding so serious. All right. How are you guys doing with it? It's okay? Okay, cool. What I want to do is kind of choose a theme each Sunday this month. So it's classical guitar this week, and I think it's going to be blues next week. I think that would be really fun. So then we just, right? Oh, Shirley likes that, eh? Yeah, right. That'd be so much fun. We'll just choose like a really varied repertoire so that you guys leave the month of May with a lot of songs that build on the skills that you already have developed over this year. And it's just a lot of fun repertoire. So that's my plan. Hopefully it all works out. All right, here we go. Back on the music. So now what I'm going to do is take, you know what? Let's play the top line that you can see, so we can practice that shifting back and forth and all that. Okay, so the top line with the E minor, and I've drawn a double line at the end of that row because it's the end of that first section. All right, here we go. Ready, go. 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3. Okay, to B7 now, pivot. 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3. Back to E minor. Lay down your index finger if you want, don't need to. 3, 2, 4, 3, 3. Next line. Now you definitely need that index finger laid down. Here we go. 1, 2, 4, 2, 1, 2. Shift to B7. 1, 2, 4, 2, 1, 2. E minor. 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3. Back to B7. 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3. Okay, back to E minor. We're on line 3 now. 4, 3, 2, 3. Look, I didn't draw the B7 chord. I just wrote B7 with a box around it. Okay, so let's do the B7 box. 1, 2, 4, 3, 2, 3. Oh, it's cheap with the E minor chord too. Just drew that box again. Wait, back to E minor. 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3. Now you got to do that B with a bar. Okay. line yourself up, get a nice comfortable bar. Here we go. 2, 1, 3, 2, 4. Now we're going to go to that E7 with no root. Oh, the rootless E7. So you've lifted yourself up out of that B bar chord. As you lift up, you keep your ring finger down on that 4th fret, tip your baby finger onto the 4th fret of string 2, and get your index on string 3. Here we go. 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3. Just a regular old A minor. 4, 3, 2, 3 to D7. 4, 3, 2, 3. This little bit of tab outlines a G chord, but because of the placement, I just did it as tab rather than a chord chart. Okay, so let's play that tab. So 3rd fret, 2nd string, 4th string open, 4th fret, 2, 3, 2. As I play that line, I leave my fingers down after I've played it. So I've got my ring finger there on fret 4, index finger on fret 2, middle finger on fret 3. Let's do that that whole line again, because the chords are different, and I do not, like, I know I was shifting my ring finger around on the 4th string for almost every single chord. I don't do that for the A minor and D7. Okay? I just reach back and put my pointer finger on the A minor and keep it down there for the D7 because of the placement, right? Okay, let's hit that E7 again. E7 with no root. Here we go. String 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3. Okay, shift to A minor. 1, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3. Pivot right there to D7. 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3. Shift your middle finger up to the 3rd fret on that 2nd string. Ring finger goes to the 4th fret of the 4th string. Pointer on the 2nd fret, string 3. What a horrible place for me to stop. Look at that. I ran out of space on that sheet, and I started writing more, and then I was like, no! I have 2 minutes to get everything lined up on the screen. So
what's the configuration of that last bar, that one? What's your finger configuration?
On that last bar?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so I've got my middle finger on fret 3, string 2, okay?
Yeah.
And then I use my ring finger on fret 4, string 4, pointer finger on fret 2, string 3. And what I'll do is I'll stop sharing and I'll show you guys how I play that, okay? Because it's a little bit, looks a little awkward. Okay, check this out. So the picking I don't think is an issue so much as just the chord shape. So I'm just going to get really close to the screen. Okay, here I am. I'm going to come from the B. So the line before. So here I am on the B. I keep my ring finger down. I lift up to make that E7 with no root. Middle finger's not doing anything. It's just in your way. Shift to A minor. Pivot to D7. Okay, now here comes the tab part. I shift my middle finger up to that 3rd fret. 4th string open. Ring finger lands back on that 4th fret and stays there if you can do that. Index finger on the 2nd fret. Middle finger naturally falls on that 3rd fret. If you can keep your fingers down after you play, then it'll give you that same ringing sound, right, of all these different arpeggios. So if you can emulate that, that's awesome. So that's a G chord. So as a little chunk of theory, because we don't really dive into theory in these classes, but this note here is a G. There's a little G chord. If you move up 1 fret and make that same shape, then you got yourself a G sharp chord. Just a little 3-string G sharp chord, right? Move up again. You got yourself a little A. And these 3-string chords, they're great fun to play. Okay, so it's worthwhile thinking about that. It's a little triad. When I say triad, 3 notes. G, B, D. One to focus on though, if you're going to use it as a movable chord, is your middle finger. And making sure you know the names of the notes on your 2nd string. G, A, B. I'm going to make it as a B chord. So I've got my middle finger there on fret 7, pointer finger on fret 6, ring finger on fret 8. It's pretty neat, hey? Anyway, I digress. There we are as a G. Taking these chord shapes and playing around with them, moving them around, and finding different opportunities to use them in different songs is really worthwhile, because you know I can't stress enough, like, learn the songs with me, but take the skills you learn with these songs and use them elsewhere, right? Like all these different picking patterns in 3/4 time in this song. I mean, I know there's some that repeat, but there's a lot that don't. So you may find one where you're like, you know what, I want to use that to accompany a song in 3/4 time. Right? You don't know until you experiment with this stuff, right? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back to the beginning. We're going to play through it one more time, and then I'm going to go through it again and try to just going to do a little. See if I can do this here. Just doing a few little highlights here. We're going to try to be louder on our 1st pluck and our 3rd pluck. So, sorry, just doing a little bit of clicking here so we can, oops. All right, I've probably done enough clicking. Oh my gosh, how do I get out of editing this? All right, I'll just have to be careful and not touch anything. Okay, hang on here, you guys. Got to figure this out. Sorry. Okay, it's done. It's done. I fixed it. All right, here we go. All right, we're back in the game. Whew. Did my face start looking tense? Because I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing with that program anymore. Don't worry about emphasizing those first notes yet. We'll just go through and play. But if you feel ready, that's where you want to start bringing those out. All right. Here we go. Right at the beginning. I'll count us in. 1 and 2 and go. And E minor. 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3. Next line there. 1, 2, 4, 2, 1, 2. Pivot to B7. Good. 1, 2, 4, 2, 1, 2. Back to E minor. 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3. Next line with your B7. 3, 4, 3, 2, 3. Back to E minor. 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3. Now the tab opens. And first fret on that first string, Shift up to B. 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 3, line 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 2. 1, 2, B7. 1, 2, 4, 2, 1, 2. Shift everything up a fret. 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3. Down to D7. 3, 2, 1, 2. Shift up to E minor. B7. E minor. 3, 2, 4, 3, 3. And at that point, I'm going to scroll up. All right, so now we're on the, I can't scroll up anymore, but the second complete line there after the double line. Okay, here we go on E minor. 1, 2, 4, 2, 1, 2. Ready, go. 1, 2, 4, 2, 1, 2, B7. 1, 2, 4, 2, 1, 2, E minor. 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, B7. I remember this song used to fatigue my hand because I'd hang onto those chords so hard. Next line, E minor. 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3. The cheap B7 where I didn't write the chord. 4, 3, 2, 3. Back to your E minor shape. Shift to that B bar chord. 2, 3, 2, 4. Okay, E7 with no root. 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3. A minor. D7. Right on, you guys. Okay, shifting up to that G written in tab. 3, O, 2, 3, 2. Okay. Now, that last line, how did it work for your fingering? That's what I'm curious about right now. Because I find with me, when I would play this song, you're going back and forth between E minor to B7. And your hands kind of get locked in that shape. And then to have to move them, it can be a bit of a challenge. Did anyone find that? Having to shift a little bit? Yeah. The thing that I do is from that B, as I finish that, so I'm looking at the second to bottom line there, the B at the end with the 4th string that rings out. As that 4 is ringing out, I actually start to lift up the majority of my B chord, just keeping my 3rd finger anchored. So I play my 2, 1, 3, 2, 4, start to lift, but keep that 3rd finger down so the 4th string rings out. And that helps me there. Now what I want to do is we're going to go back up to the top one more time. This time though, what we're going to do is we're going to practice at first just worrying about the open strings just to get the feel, and we're going to do the picking pattern where it's 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, and we're going to make just the ones that are highlighted loud. Okay, so I'm just going to do my open strings so I can give my hand a little bit of a break from going back and forth between those chords. Okay, so just that first one, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3. Make the highlighted strings loud and the other one's quiet. Ready? Here we go. 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3. Let's do it again. 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3. Now let's try that next one, the 1, 2, 4, 2, 1, 2. The first string can be a bit of a challenge to make loud because if you're using the full plant, you're using your ring finger there, which is not a strong finger. So just you know, be aware of that and try to make the whole song, make your loud comfortable for whatever string you're playing, and make your quiet, as long as your quiet part is quieter than that, then you're good. Okay, here we go on the 1, 2, 4, 2, 1, 2. Ready, go. 1, 2, 4, 2, 1, 2. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 4, 2, 1, 2. Okay. Now let's try the last highlighted one on that line. Oh no, we've already done that. Oh, well then let's just play it, okay? And we're going to go a little bit slower and just really try to work that that volume, that difference, okay, to bring out the melody. 1 and 2 and go. And 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3. Next one. 1, 2, 4, 2, 1, 2. B7. 1, 2, 4, 2, 1, 2. Back to E minor. 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3. B7. The next line there. 3, 4. Ready for loud? E minor. Loud, quiet. Loud, quiet. It's going to be the same thing with this tab. Get on your B bar chord, right on, you guys. Loud. E minor. Loud. Here comes your loud. I played the wrong strings, you guys. Okay, let me do that one again. Okay, 2, 3. I was doing the wrong line. Ready, go. Okay, loud. There we go. And 2, 3. Next line. 1, 2, 4, 2, 1, 2. B7. 1, 2, 4, 2, 1, 2. Shift up to C. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. Down to D7. E minor. Loud. Loud. B7. Loud. E minor. Loud. Again there. Let me do that E minor again. My goodness, I was thinking about the next line. Okay, sorry you guys. That last E minor before the double line, I'm going to do that again. Ready, go. 3, 2, 4, 3, 3. The other way I played it sure didn't sound final, did it? I have a confession for you guys. I've been getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning for an online recording class I'm taking from England. 2 o'clock in the morning has just about mangled my brain. I can't drink enough coffee anymore to keep myself alert. I've just got 2 more days left of it, but man, hard on the brain. So when I miss those strings, I think it's because my brain's kind of turned to mush. It's worth it though. It's totally going to be worth it when I'm done. Okay, so just be forgiving as we work through the last 3 lines with this. The big takeaway from it is to make sure that you bring out the melody in there. And you didn't know what the melody was until I started to define it for you, but you can really hear it, hey? When you make those 2 notes louder, it's amazing how it just gives us definition. Oh, so cool. Okay, 3rd line from the end, back to E minor. I will behave myself, keep my brain active here. Ready, go. 1, 2, 4, 2. Loud, B7. 1. And loud again with that 1. E minor, loud. Back to the loud. B7, loud. And loud. E minor, B7, 2, 4, and loud, E minor, B bar chord, okay, that last line there with the E7 with no root, loud, A minor, D7, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3. And with the tab there, it's handy because the third string notes are the ones that you want to have loud. I really wish I'd had enough time to write out the rest of the song. That's just driving me nuts having to stop on the G. I'm going to stop sharing for a minute, and I'm going to play this again for you guys so you've got it lined up. And at this point too, I'm looking for questions, anything that you need to have clarified with this. Because the techniques really, it's pivoting. That's one of the techniques, is keeping a finger down so you can pivot back and forth from one chord to another. Employing the full plant. So you'll find that there's spots there where you're playing the a string like repeated, so you're going to be plucking with that same finger. So it's a different feel than some of the other stuff we've done, right? As well as defining the melody by making certain strings louder. That goes back to those 100 studies that I always talk about with the classical guitarists. It's just right in there. Oh my coffee's gone cold again. Good thing I don't care, hey? Okay, let me play what I've got here and just listen for that melody moving around, okay? And then you can look for the second page up on the website. Okay, here we go. Oops. To be continued. But you can hear how I'm also using rubato. I'm speeding up, slowing down, and helping that melody to wind around. And I clearly love this song. I mean, when I was finally able to get comfortable as a classical guitarist, pivoting between those two chords that you keep working on at the beginning, once I was able to get that, I felt so good about myself. And I finally figured out what the study was really helping me to do, and it's the anchor. The anchor and just really using those fingers. Okay, questions, observations, anything?
Tina, can you email me because I can't print it off as a PDF, please?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You know what I'll do?
Okay.
Is you can't, right now it's a JPEG, so maybe
Oh, JPEG, yeah, it comes out, you can't see that. It comes out two, I just got E minor on the first, on one page.
comes out as a mess.
It comes out huge.
I'll redo it as a PDF, 2 pages as
Yeah,
a PDF.
yeah, PDF, yeah, that's good.
Yeah. the second part of the song, you do climb up the fretboard, but it's the same sort of, it's shapes that you'll be familiar with, and just take your time going through them. Make sure that you know the chord shapes, right? Like go through, look at them, do a little strum on them like we did with the chords at the beginning of this song. And then take a look at the picking patterns you have to use. And then it'll be, oh, there we go. My coffee thermos, my poor beat up coffee thermos was making noise. Okay, so do it as a PDF. How did it feel doing the picking where certain notes are louder, like the ring finger? It's okay? Right on, you guys.
I hate to be annoying, but that last tablature, what's the fingering on that last tablature again?
Oh, it's not annoying at all. This is where we got to totally clarify it so you know what's going on, right?
The last one.
Yep. Okay, so right hand, I've got my, hang on here, there we go. So I've got my middle finger on fret 3, and I'm picking with my middle finger over here. So that's handy. Thumb is on the 4th string open. And then I've got my ring finger on fret 4. Index finger lands on fret 2 of string 3. So I'm going to do that again, just so you can see it all kind of in a slow-mo. I'm coming from my D7 chord. I lift up my index finger, shift up to my 3rd fret with my middle finger. So that's how I'm going to make my, like, gliding up, right? 4 strings open. Then I lay down that 3rd finger. Let it stay there if you can. Index finger falls to 2nd fret, string 3. Now, what I'm going to do, because I know it's recorded, I'm just going to stand here for a second with my hand in that shape so that if you guys need to take a look at it or pause it or anything, it's going to sit there on the screen for a second, okay? There. Does that help, Larry? Yeah, okay, good. It can be kind of a weird one, right? Yeah. Something different when I don't have all the chord shapes written down, right? That other chord shape, the tab, where it's all opens. It's a little easier, right? Because it's just got the one fret that pushes to a B. Interesting sounds in this song, hey? Like you're just going back and forth from that E minor to B7, and then it tosses in these other chord shapes that just have a neat sound. Okay, so clarifying that last tab, the making the notes louder makes sense. You guys, look at how far you've come. Right? Like it's so awesome. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. I'm so proud of you guys. I can't believe all the stuff you can play. Like with this song, I was watching your facial expressions. You were sitting there like, oh, this ain't nothing. Right? Like your fingers are just moving so well now. Oh, if I could give you all a big hug, I totally would. Oh, I'm getting weepy. I'm so happy for you guys. It's so cool. All right. This is awesome. So for the folks that are watching on YouTube, if you're not sure where to find this tab, I'm just going to put my there. I just put my my website in there. And you'll find it under the tab Sunday Ukulele, and it'll be at the top, and it'll say study in E minor and with B minor in brackets, because when Fernando Sor wrote it for guitar, it was a study in B minor. And I think we'll cut it there with the live stream. I think that we've got everything that we needed for this, and I gotta finish my homework. Is what I need to do now. So live stream